Hi guys, this is Crafty Cat. Welcome back to my channel and welcome if you're new. We are here with a new Amazon unboxing, and as you can see, there's no box to unbox. They just slapped a mailing label on this and they sent it during a snowstorm, but thankfully it is surrounded with plastic. But yeah, thanks for nothing, Amazon and the Paul Rubens store, because I don't want people to see what I'm getting in the mail. This makes it very tempting for people to steal, and I don't like this. Anyway, I'm very excited for this. And these were $59.99 Canadian, which is still pretty pricey, but that's basically what their watercolor supplies cost, unless you get them on sale. And this is my favorite set of watercolor, also by Paul Rubens. And I have like 4 sets of Paul Rubens, all different ones, all different colors. I have the vibrant ones. I have the ones for doing flowers, the floral arrangement one. I have the newest one that was out. I love the Paul Rubens for watercolor. They've never let me down. So I was hoping that they would also be good for the soft pastels. So I am super excited. As you can see, there are 40 colors. And it says here, colorful, soft strokes, outstanding. And on the website, it says that they are light fast, which is what I was hoping for. And they do all have light fast ratings with stars. So they all have, like, most of them have 4 or 5 stars. So I don't know whether 5-star is good. I'm assuming it is. Maybe 5 stars the best, because nowhere does it tell you how to read that, like what it means. But they all seem to be really good. And I also watched some YouTube videos of people swatching these, and they looked really nice. It was between getting these and the gallery. I ended up ordering the Mungyo, but not the gallery, just the regular one, just to have more colors, because they were really cheap. But they did not come in yet. So let's see what we have here. So we have a little pamphlet, and these are handmade pastels, and these will be my first round ones, like oval instead of square. And nice, it comes with a little swatching sheet. I'm just going to tilt this backward like this, and I like that it comes with the secure foam, and oh, these are beautiful. So these are the colors, and aren't they gorgeous? So the colors I chose, there were 2 different sets. You could get 36 or 40, so I got the 40. These are multicolor. I had a hard time deciding what to get, really. I was almost going to get the 36, but it's just a few dollars cheaper. The 36 colors are $51.99, so I decided I'd go with the full 40 colors. And I can tell just by looking, these look different, but they kind of feel a little bit like the Simply Art ones. So hang on a second. I know this is just the unboxing, but I do have some craft paper here. Let me just quickly, this is just Dollarama craft paper. I love this paper. It's only $4.25 at our local Dollarama, and it comes in all of these different colors, which is really nice. In fact, I did a test sketch on one of these colors, and it came out really nice. I just put some gesso on top to prepare it. But anyway, these do not have gesso. So these are the colors I already had at home, like for years and years. I don't know if you can see, but this is the Artist Loft. And I didn't do every color. And this is the Simply Art. And the Simply Art is a bit softer than the Artist Loft. But the Artist Loft is the fundamentals, I believe. It was the cheapest Artist Loft at Michael's when I bought them, because I was just using these to tint polymer clay, and yeah. So I think these were $7.99 for like a full set of 48. But they're pretty hard. And the Simply Art, I don't remember what I paid. I got them years ago, and they're softer. And you could see when you smudged them, these were easier to smudge than these ones. Yeah. And they do come off on the paper across. So anyway, I was just testing those out. So let's just switch to a separate page. And this is not the kind of paper you would use for pastels. All of the artists on YouTube and Alan, who did the course, they all say to use, it's Clairefontaine pastel mat, but that's like $80 for the small one and over $100 for the larger size paper. It comes out to more than $10 Canadian a page. I can't afford that. That's crazy. So that's just not going to be happening, you know? So let's just look at a few of these, not all of them. I just want to look at some of the lighter colors first. I don't know how they're arranged in these colors. Like, why is there a yellow here, yellow here, like, or these are the pastels? I'm not sure. Like, or does it go this way? I'm really not sure how they decide to put these. But anyway, this is what they look like. You can see they have a little bit of discoloration on them from the ones around them. These legit look like a piece of chalk that I used to teach with. Like, these I think are the closest to chalk that I used on the chalkboard when I was a teacher. But let's just see what they look like. Yeah, these are softer than the ones that I have, definitely. I know it's a light color. But yeah, these are softer. But you know what? I don't know. I won't know till I try them because I've never used them. This 1 week class is the first time I've ever used soft pastels. So in the last week is the first time ever. So yeah. But yeah, I can tell right now this is exactly what I needed to finish my portrait that I'm trying. My first ever portrait. And I wouldn't rub these in necessarily on my pastel paper. I'm just doing it here so less falls out. I just don't want the mess. And these, I like using my fingers because then I have like 10 blending stumps before I have to wash my fingers. I'm just doing some of the light colors first, and then we'll do some of the dark colors. And don't forget, this is just an unboxing. We will take a look at these again another time. So they are very crumbly. I am going to have to grab a paper towel. Just giving my fingers a wipe. And let's try this light blue one. It's like a bluey gray. And you can see how much comes off on my finger. Okay, now let's try to go for some darker tones, I guess. I'm really excited to see what this kind of gold one looks like. Pretty. So they're weirdly shaped. Like this one looks like it's got a big chunk out of it. And I guess that's because they're homemade, but yeah. These are very expensive still for what you're getting, I find. And let's try, I don't know, I'm really drawn to these colors for some reason. Every day it seems like I'm drawn to different colors. I'm hardly ever drawn to oranges and yellows, but today I am. Like it was calling me to say, try me. Maybe because I'm doing portraits and these can kind of be skin tones. Depending on what kind of skin tone like you're doing. Yeah, these are nice. They feel really crumbly though. Like super crumbly. So I was watching different people who tried these. And I watched Lindsay at the Frugal Crafter, but she tried them when they first came out. And she liked them. She said they were as soft as Sennelier, but when I think soft, I think like an oil pastel, creamy soft, not a chalky soft. And obviously these are chalk pastels, right? So they're going to be a little bit chalky, but like a lot chalky. Anyway, Let's do this bright red. Yeah, so I'm going to use these to try to finish my portrait today. And we'll come back another day and we will do a comparison with some of my other pastels. But let's see just quickly if I were to do... I've got a lot of red on my finger here. What if I were to do some of this blue? Like a gray blue. And then this blue. And then maybe this blue. This one's scratchier and it's got a big hole in the middle. I don't know if my camera's showing it. That's not nice. I get that they're homemade, but if I were home making something, I would do a better job than that. Although I've never made pastels, so who knows. Let's get a clean finger and see if I could just smudge all of these together. If I go up and down, you can see it blends the colors together more. So what I would want to do if I were doing this for a picture would be to start with a light color and then work my way down. You can see all of these crumbs. Let me just move that up a little bit. And there's not a lot of green, is there? There's this light green. There's this minty green. There's this earth green. But I don't see like a green green, like a grass green or a tree green. Do you? No, there's not. I wish they had the colors together better. I'm going to rearrange everything. But let's take a look at this green. Let's say I wanted to do some grass. I just want to see if I can go over it. And you can. I don't know. Let's go like this, just so you could see. I'm not drawing anything. I'm just seeing what goes over. And there's not really a pink. But there's this. It's kind of like a... It is a pink, but it's not like a harsh pink. But yeah, they do blend. They layer nicely. And this is just cheap paper, don't forget. So far I've got 2 layers, 3 layers. What if I said, okay, I want some clouds? And don't forget, I'm not drawing, I'm just playing. Yeah? And let's just go over this with white. I just want to see it. That's nice. And the other thing I wanted to see, where is my darkest one? Is this the black? So there's that. And what's this? That's another black. So that's more of a brown then. Sometimes I can't tell until they're right beside each other. So then what is this color? A gray? But they gave me a lot of darks. And you can see like just totally falling apart. And I wouldn't do this when I was working on something. I'm just doing this so I don't make as much a mess. I'm going to have to tip this into the garbage very soon. But I just want to go over the black with this bright yellow and see if it shows up. Oh yeah, it does. And what if I wanted to go over with like a mid-tone, like not a mid-tone, it's still a dark blue, but would that show up at all? And if I go over the blue with the yellow, will I get green? Yeah, it does turn green. Yeah, I'm going to have fun, you guys. This is just the unboxing. But I think I'm going to have a lot of fun with these Paul Rubens. I'll come back after I've tried them more and let you know what I think. But for now, just for testing them on my cheapo paper, I'm pretty happy with it. Like I said, a lot of these are very broken, I want to say. Like, that's a big... I don't like that. Even though they're handmade, I think you can take care when you're hand making things to make sure they look good. You know, and not to give, like, broken pieces. Because, like, this one here, it's, like, missing the tip on one side. You can see how narrow. Like, it's not... I would prefer them to be better. I don't know. Maybe they can't be. Maybe that is the best they can be. But I don't believe that. Because look how nice this shape is. When you compare it with, say, this shape. So I think they should just take better care of what they include. And I think it's kind of a letdown that when they say it's homemade, that they can get away with giving you crappy looking stuff. Because look, that's also homemade, and look how nice that looks. And look how small this one is. And it's very crumbly, yeah. So there's pros and cons to this. Now, I've never tried the expensive soft pastels like the Sennelier and the other brands, obviously. So I don't have any comparison. I have no idea. But I think these are going to work for what I want them for. And I'm excited, and the colors look really beautiful and vibrant. And it's just, this is $59.99 Canadian. To me, that's very expensive. But in the world of soft pastels, that's not very expensive. So anyway, we'll come back another day and we will do this swatching sheet together. And I'll play with these this week, and I'll do a review or a comparison with my other ones. This way. But yeah, I'm happy with them. I think they're nice. See, they show handmade, but they don't show any of those wonky ones in this. I guess that one's kind of wonky. Anyway, I do like them, and I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, please give me a big thumbs up, a big dirty thumbs up. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe, hit the notification bell. All of those good things that help as a channel. And most importantly of all, take care, stay safe, and happy crafting. Bye, guys.